Welcome back to another video. What is this? What is this? First of all, what is this?
Oh, let me educate you guys. I'm sorry. So we have a BMW M3 engine. This engine was produced from 2000 and I believe 7. Right?
Yes.
2007 up to about 2012, 13.
Yes.
Right. And this is an S65.
Yes.
4-liter V8 engine.
Yes.
Produced by obviously the best and none other BMW M division.
Yes.
Okay. Just to let you guys know, I said M division for a reason because sometimes you understand. So yeah, so we have the engine here. This crank actually spun pretty freely. Just a couple things we want to do. Take care of the gaskets, the bearings, transfer over the throttle actuators, maybe clean up the engine a little more, do a water pump thermostat. Just some maintenance things that are easier to do out here. So when we get it in the car, just stuff that you don't have to worry about for another, maybe, I don't know, 100,000 miles or something.
Yep.
Like kind of worry-free driving, at least from the engine perspective. Very little things, just kind of make it look good and fresh. So here we have the engine. Like I said, we're gonna put the new stuff on. We're gonna actually start by taking off all the old electricals. You can see that they had cut the harness here. So we're gonna have to remove all this. Secondary air pump. Actually has a starter in there. It looks original actually. Vallejo, yeah. Yeah, original starter in there. We're gonna keep that just in case. Some other little things here and there, odds and ends. We don't have like the throttle position sensor here. I believe this is a throttle position sensor that mounts right here. We don't have the one on the back of the motor. Oil pan gasket, obviously, because we're doing bearings. You need to change the oil pan gasket. And if you don't change the oil pan gasket, if you're doing bearings, shame on you. What's wrong with you, bro? What the heck? You tripping, bro? You tripping? I guess let's get started with this. Some of the parts we're going to be installing on it, just the stuff that I feel like it's easier to do here than inside the car. So we got Black Motorsports bearings and bolts. And then we have a new thermostat, water pump, motor mounts because those are shot. All hardware for the cooling system. We got spark plugs right there. Oil pan gasket. We got brand new valve cover gaskets, miscellaneous stuff, cooling hoses. Not gonna go on now. And hood struts, and also a coolant temp sensor. We're about to get started. We got a busy day ahead of us, so let's get cracking on this. Alright guys, just a little update for a quick second. So, I got this valve cover off. I guess the previous owner had put like some RTV here. I don't know, it was kind of jank. I just cleaned this off. I'm actually about to take this valve cover off right here and do the same. I finished the cooling system stuff, so I put a new water pump in there. This is one, was the metal impeller. The old one in there had the plastic garbage that blows up. New coolant temp sensor, put on old bolts, O-rings for these crossover pipes and stuff that go to both heads, I think. Yeah. And new thermostat. Alright guys, so we're back here. Well into the night now. So I'm replacing these injector O-rings on this fuel rail, cleaning up this injector, cleaning up like the bottom of the injector, and inside the holes also. Just gonna clean those out right there, each hole, and put the injectors back. We're about to commence doing the rod bearings. So I already have cylinders 4 and 8 at bottom dead center right there, so I can access both the rod bolts and take the caps off and remove the bearings. Alright, so far we did cylinders 4 and 8 and 3 and 7. I haven't done these 4 here, but I did half the engine so far. So a little bit of a discovery here. These were replaced before. It says the bearings say 2020, but that doesn't look like there's much wear on these bearings. You know, you guys can tell under the light, but they still have that grease on it and everything. They are ARP bolts, but that's kind of like a sigh of relief because it's like at least the bearing's been done at some point, but we were still gonna do this anyways. So at the moment I've done those 4 cylinders. I'm about to move on to the next 2, and so far everything's going pretty smooth, knock on wood. But you know, motor spinning good. And so that's always good. I have spark plugs in the engine, so that's why it's probably making all the noise. Yeah, compression and all that. I just like to give it a good turn all around just to make sure that everything's right. I just got done with all the bearings. I'm gonna go back over them, make sure that all the bolts are torqued to 50 foot-pounds and every single one of them is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and spin the motor over. So we got the oil pan gasket from L-Ring. We got Mr. Oil Pan right here cleaned up. And we're about to close this up. We gotta put those oil pickup tubes back on. And then we're gonna start putting the oil pan back in. this is the end of the motor refresh video. About to get ready to go back in the car. We did the valve cover gaskets on it, obviously oil pan gaskets. We did the rod bearings, rod bolts, exhaust manifold gaskets, clean the throttle bodies, things like that. Nothing too crazy, but just the regular normal things. I'm probably missing some stuff, but you understand, spark plugs and stuff, you know. We're gonna end this video over right here, and you guys just stay tuned for the next one. The next one's gonna be reinstalling the motor with the trans and everything attached, so you guys don't want to miss that. Valve Life out.